Hey guys, welcome to Motoroids. My name is Amit, and this is the new Hyundai Tucson, the much awaited Tucson. And of course, I'm going to let you know everything about this car. They have opened the bonnet here. And let me start with this parametric grille. The dark chrome is something that you're very familiar with, but the important thing here is the very special treatment that these guys have given to these DRLs. Now, as you can see, this area looks like it's a part of the parametric grille. These are DRLs, and they somewhat merge with the grille when they are not lit, and even when they are lit, they look very special. Hyundai calls it the half mirror design, and really this grille looks amazing. This has a 360-degree camera, and the camera is sitting right there, and these are the headlamps. Front parking sensors are also there, and overall it's a very angular design. As we are looking at the diesel right now, let me just talk to you about the diesel and the petrol engines available. So there was a talk of hybrid also coming, but that's not coming now. And you have this diesel 2-liter 185 PS and 416 Newton meters, and you have a petrol also 2-liter 156 PS and 192 Newton meters. Now on the side, as you would know, this car is known to be one of the most angular and very aggressively styled cars. Very nice to look at, very sharp creases and curves, and as you can see, it's all a mishmash of angles. Very sharp looking, very beautiful, and it's quite unlike anything else that you probably would have seen in this segment or beyond. A few other details: 18-inch two-tone machine cut wheels, Wanderer tires, 235 section, can do a bit of soft roading as well. The cladding, as you can see, with these accents. The ORVMs have this satin silver finish, LED blinkers. It gets a big panoramic sunroof, and you also get a shark fin antenna. Now a few other details about 190 to 200 mm of ground clearance, and let's also have a look at all the design details on the side. So as you can see, you have this chrome lining running over the greenhouse, and there you have this aero design, a sporty spoiler, and the cladding, which is not your dirty black plastic, it is a shade of grey, looks rather nice. Now I'm talking about the shade of grey, so let me just talk about the colors that are available as well. And you have 5 solid colors: white, red, black, grey, and one color called Stormy Night. And you also have two-tone colors, which is white and red with a dark top. So that's that from the side. And while this part here is satin silver finish, this is all black. So you have your B and C pillars in glossy black. Now about the exterior styling, what I showed you up front is kind of a theme that is carried over to the rear as well. And as you can see here, you have this jewel like effect in the tail lamps. It's a connected LED tail lamp, and just like the front, you also have these hidden kind of lights, which when they're not lit, they very beautifully merge with that black surfacing. So that really is the specialty of this car's lighting. As you can see here, the rear wash and wipe is hidden very nicely, so you cannot see that when it's not functional. You also have high mount stop lamps, and here you have the rear camera. This car comes with a 360-degree camera, and of course you have ORVM mounted cameras as well. Rear skid plate is grey, and if you talk about the boot, it's quite capacious. Not able to open it as of now. Okay, this is a powered tailgate, and it also comes with a remote lever to put down the 60/40 rear seat, which I think is a great feature. So that's about the exterior. Now before I get in, I would really want to let you know all about the ADAS features on this car, because this is the first car from Hyundai which comes with all the ADAS features, and it's quite a comprehensive suite. And as a part of the ADAS features, it gets 12 systems, and all of these systems are quite advanced. And if I had to name them, so you have basically you have a front cam and a front radar and a rear radar, and these three systems work together to provide this car the capability that it has, and based on those capabilities, this has a forward collision avoidance assist. So if you're on a crossroads and there's a car coming from the opposite side, and you're turning right or left and there's a chance of collision, this system is going to avoid that by braking. You also have lane keep assist, so if you're veering off the lane, you will not just get a warning, but there would be assistance from the steering to bring you back into the lane. You have blind spot collision assist, so if there is someone in your blind spot, there would be selective braking to stop any collision. Driver attention monitor and warning. You have safe exit warning, so if you're in the back seat and you open the door like so, and there's a car coming from behind, you'll get a warning, and a collision would be avoided. You have rear cross traffic collision avoidance, wherein if the car is reversing and there's a car which is coming from across, the car will warn you and will also brake. You also obviously have a 360-degree camera, and side lights, side cameras are mounted here. Then you have smart cruise control, wherein the car can follow a car ahead, and it can increase or decrease its speed as per specified. It can also have a stop and start function, like if the car ahead of you stops, it's just going to follow the car ahead, it will stay in the lane, so all of that is there. And it also has an auto high beam, so basically you don't have to put the beam on low, and all of that will be taken care of by itself. Now you'll get 6 airbags, hill descent control, ESC, VSM, high strength steel with hot stamping, so all of that has been taken care of. So safety wise, everything has been really well taken care of. Another important thing to note is that this is the longest car in the segment. If you compare all the 5-seaters, it is the longest car. Not just that, it also has the longest wheelbase as well, which means that it has the most amount of knee room and leg room at the back seat. So in terms of comfort and space, with the extended wheelbase, this car really has all the real estate that you would want. You would also do well to know about the success of this car globally. This is the highest selling product in the Hyundai lineup right now. 7 million of these cars have been sold worldwide, and it has won as many as 54 global awards. So that really says a lot about how good this car is. Looking at the car from the inside, there are two 10.25-inch touchscreens, and right now, as you can see, they are not lit because they are not powered. The AC controls are here, and the materials here are very soft to touch. So Hyundai have paid a lot of attention in making sure that the interior looks very premium. As you can see, there are these chrome lines which wrap around the front two passengers, and you also have a 64 color ambient lighting here. A great thing about this interior is that you have these diffused AC air vents, so the air does not blow onto your face. It comes in a very diffused manner, so you don't feel cold, you feel cool and comfortable. Here you have fabric, and this material also is soft to touch, so the quality of materials everywhere is fantastic. These seats are also ventilated as well as heated. Also, if you can see here, the person who's sitting behind the front passenger has the option to use these buttons to recline as well as move the seat forward to make space for knee and leg room. As you can see here, you can choose the drive or terrain, which is basically the modes that you have. You have drive modes as well, and you have terrain modes as well. So if you talk about the drive modes, you have some modes, and in terms of your terrain modes, you have snow, mud and sand. In terms of your drive modes, you have eco, normal, sport and smart drive modes. 2 cup holders, wireless charging, 1 USB socket, another USB socket, 12-volt power socket, and these are the controls here for your ADAS features. Now, as I mentioned before, this car is pretty loaded, and on the side of it right now, if you can see, one thing that's missing here is a proper big bottle holder. I am not very sure whether this will be able to hold a 1-liter water bottle, although you do get powered driver seat and memory function also, which is fantastic. Now, as I mentioned, there is a huge panoramic sunroof, which is a great thing to have, and you also get a 8-speaker Bose system, 60 plus Bluelink connected car features, 104 voice commands and embedded software for quicker response, which we saw in the venue as well. You also have a smartwatch connectivity and OTA updates for this car. One thing that's missing here is that the glove box doesn't seem to be cooled to me, although the interior here would definitely make you feel like you're sitting in a very premium car. And the multi-air AC mode that I talked about is essentially the diffused air distribution inside the cabin. It also has the best-in-class rear seat space. It has 3 individual headrests, a rear armrest with cup holders, and really the leg space here is fantastic. You get isofix child seat mounts, and the headroom also is pretty good. This is one of the tallest cars in its segment, and the greenhouse area is also pretty big. It reeks premiumness and looks very nice from the inside. The seats are very comfortable, and if you open this armrest, you'll see there is a huge cavernous space here. You can put like a multitude of cell phones and wallets here. Also, this area can be used for storing whatever you wish. So all of this is very useful area. And talking about any remaining features that I probably may not have talked about is nothing. I've actually told you everything that was to be told in the front row. Now at the back, I'll just give you a sense of how much knee room you have. And it's really ample. You can really slide your legs underneath the front seat. The transmission tunnel is not too big. You have 2 USB sockets, although I don't see any type C USB sockets here. These are the buttons that I showed you earlier. The seats are very well contoured and they are very comfortable. And an amazing feature that you have here is this, the recline here. Just look at the recline angle. It just goes all the way back, so you can literally lounge in the rear seats. Definitely one of the most comfortable rear seats, and with the width of the car, you can definitely seat 3 in the back for at least short distances. This is how the dash looks from the rear, and although it's not lit, this car really looks very premium, and the materials also cannot be faulted. It's very high quality. So in terms of the interior and the features, Hyundai have done a fantastic job. The seat backs are also scooped out for releasing additional knee room, although that was not required in my personal opinion. There is ample knee room here, and really, if you are going to be traveling in this car for a long distance, you'd be very comfortable, is what I believe. We're going to be driving this car very soon, and we'll let you know as to how this feels. You also have space for a 1-liter water bottle right here, and the great thing about this is that even this part is soft to touch, so quality abounds everywhere, and it's also feature laden. Now the prices for this car have not been announced yet, and it is going to take some time before the prices are announced. We'll be driving this car between 6th and 9th of August, and we'll be able to let you know as to how it drives. But knowing the success of this car globally, I'm pretty sure that it'll drive rather well. It has won many awards, and I'm pretty sure that this will do rather well. This is a CKD though, and the pricing cannot be very aggressive. There is a hole between the 20 to 30 lakh rupees segment, and if Hyundai can slot this car within that segment without the ADAS features, I really think that it would be a very good value for money proposition for a lot of you. I really hope that I was able to give you a quick overview of this car. And if you like this video, do hit the like button, subscribe to Motoroids, and until next time, this is your friend Amit signing off. Drive hard, drive free, and drive safe.